Hi, this is Bill Caskey, author of Same Game, New Rules and host of the Advanced Selling Podcast. This video today where we're going to talk about how do you coach your team to become better communicators of a premium value is also found in the Sales Leaders Checklist. So if you have not yet downloaded this, go to the website and make sure you get this 12 checklists that you as a sales leader can use immediately to help grow your team and inspire your team. Today's topic is how do you coach your team to communicate a message of value? You know, most of the people that we work with, the clients we work with, have premium products or premium services or premium coaching. They're not at the bottom. They're not everyday low price kind of thing. They sell premium products with premium value. So when you're coaching your people, you've got to teach them. In fact, as a sales leader, you have to always be on the lookout for anything you can find or assemble or create that helps your team communicate that message. I'm going to give you 3 things today, and then at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a tip on what you can do with your team to start to enact some of these. Once again, all of this is going to be found in the Sales Leadership Academy program launching in August. The first thing I think you have to be aware of when you're coaching people on premium messaging is understand this concept of positioning. My writing is actually quite good today. Usually you can't read that. Positioning is the idea of what position do you occupy or do your people occupy in the mind of the customer. Do you look like you're needy and begging? Do you look like you're desperate for a sale? Or are you positioned high? Are you positioned from a place of helpfulness, usefulness? Are you creating any kind of a position in their mind that says, you know what, I don't exactly know what he or she has, but I need to know more of that. So number 1 is positioning. You've got to constantly be working on your positioning. As we say, we've had some webinars on this, you're either upwardly moving your position or downwardly moving it. So you're either building it or destroying it. So number 1 is positioning. Number 2 is your story or your message. Now, every person has a story. You need to teach your people how to tell their own personal story, not a 20-minute version of it, but when they show up at a brand new prospect's office and they've been invited in or they've cold called to get in, whatever the avenue they've gotten into, you've got to make sure that they are able to tell their story, why they're with the company they're with, because remember, your people are the face of the company in many ways. Now, you may be the face of the company or your senior management team, but in terms of being with a prospect or a client, it's your people. They need to have a story. They need to be able to tell in probably 30 seconds to a minute why they're with the company, how they got there. It really humanizes and distinguishes you from everybody else. So that's step 1. Step 2 in this role is message. What is your company message? How do you craft that message in a way that when your people deliver that message, it causes the prospect to say, man, I want to know more about that. That's different than what I've heard in the past. And we'll talk about this in the Sales Leadership Academy, but suffice it to say that your message has to revolve around one of 2 things, or both, pain and possibility. Pain and possibility. This is not your pain or your team's pain. This is the pain of the customer. What kind of suffering are they experiencing because they don't have what you sell? Or what kind of possibility could be possible for them, what kind of possibility could be awaiting them if they were to learn and grow and understand your product and eventually buy your product? This is something you might be running away from, or your clients, this might be something they're running toward. So your message, your corporate message must always include both of these 2 things. So here's the teaching point. The next time you have a sales meeting, I want you to write this word on the board, and I want you to start to talk to your team about positioning. What is it? What isn't it? How do they do it now? What kinds of ideas do they have to help you position yourself? Remember, the ideal position is where the prospect says to themselves or to you, I can't do business without this. If that becomes your positioning, sales becomes really easy. So make sure you talk to your people about this. Write the word on the board and just have a discussion. It might take 30, 45 minutes, an hour. Let everybody input. Write some notes on the board to make sure that when you leave that meeting, everybody understands positioning just a little bit better. Once again, this is part of the run-up to the launch of the Sales Leadership Academy, August 1st. If you've enjoyed this communication, this video, make sure you let us know. See you next time.